Welcome back, sweet friend. It's good to be with you. It's hard to know what to do these days. I'm still figuring out my biz, but spending time enjoying a cartoon and taking a moment to settle into our body minds feels like a pretty good place to be. We can easily get bombarded by memories of the past, mistakes we make or feel we make in the present, and aspirations of some better version of ourselves in the future. And it's not that we should have no desires about how we might change or dreams for how we might create a more peaceful world. But when we get too attached to them, when we get too controlling, things can get pretty bamboozled and we can become inattentive to the world that's actually right in front of us. This episode is a challenging one for me to reflect on because I am seriously committed to nonviolence as a person. And many of the wisdom traditions that meditation has descended through are also really committed to it. But there are times when the world exceeds our ideas about it. There are times when people in front of us are experiencing real violence and need immediate help. There are times when what we need is less self-control, not more. And those are challenging times, both to experience and make sense of. I'm reminded of a friend who lived for many years in a place afflicted by a war. They were profoundly impacted by the many traumatic experiences they had as a result of those years, not least of which was a sharp awareness and critique of the military-industrial complex and global war machine. But one of those was a piece of insight that really shook me. Nonviolence is a privilege. They said it so matter-of-factly that when faced with the loss of those people and creatures and things you love most dearly, nonviolence isn't always a viable option. That reflection has stayed with me for many years. It continues to trouble me, partly because I cannot, and earnestly hope never to, understand it in an embodied way or the experiences that it came from. And partly because, while I do not believe they were wrong, and I pass no judgment on this wisdom whatsoever, I also think that when we find ourselves in need of violence, we must commit ourselves to find a way back to peace. Over and over again. There may be moments when violence is required, but there are countless more where violence is chosen when it is not required. This whole dizzying notion reminds me of a line from a poem by Rumi, a 13th century Islamic scholar, faqih, and mystic. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. While we may find comfort in the idea that evil justifies the harm we enact, it is also important for us to recognize that evil too often becomes synonymous with different, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. The frames of judgment and knowledge we use to make sense of the world are always limited, partial, and incomplete. And so it is good to be slow to react. And yet, at the same time, there are moments we must trust our perspective of the world and act as ethically as we can. Sometimes that happens through controlled conversation or by hatching a controlled plan. Other times it means going with our gut, breaking a promise we made to ourselves, and honoring the mysterious space between our ideas about the world and our actual experience of it. And hopefully meditation is a space we can practice that a little bit. To soften the edges and snuggle through time and space and kiss each other on an alternate dimensional plane. Or, at least find a little bit more equanimity in our experience. So let's see what happens. You can begin with some deep, intentional breaths, maybe with a sigh or a moan, or just heavy, deep in your chest, your gut, whatever works. if there's a particular place in your body your attention wants to land, you can simply let it be there. If there's not, and maybe a slow checking in of the body feels good, you can follow me for that. Softening the forehead, uncreasing all of the furrowed brow energy, releasing the space between the eyes themselves sinking, settling into their socket. Allowing your tongue to disconnect from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing through your jaw, your teeth. Letting your ears be open and receptive to all the sounds around you, big and small, gentle and harsh. Allowing your throat to open, the hollow space becoming a little more settled. Allowing your shoulders to drop down from your ears. Releasing your arms and through your fingertips. Letting your body settle, giving its weight to the earth. And maybe after this you feel very different. Slower, more even-keeled. Or maybe not. Maybe you still feel like a kite in a hurricane. But is there a little tension on that line? A rock, an anchor. And your mind, your attention, your energy gets up and swirls around. Worries about things and cares about things, and that's all okay. When we notice that happens, we can warmly, gently come back to a still point. The body, the breath, sounds. Something immediate and real in this moment. Having a body is hard, and having a brain can be loud. And reality is often different than we want it to be. All of that is fine. It's fine to be there. It's fine to be here. In this moment, we are safe and okay. Maybe not entirely, but a little more than we are at our baseline when we're doing all that movement, acting. sitting, this lying down, this resting is enough. We don't have to force change to happen. Something changes when we do this, all on its own. From this space, there is more space. Hard and loud and good and exciting things. They don't go away. But we witness them. We welcome them. Like a caregiver observing an anxious, energetic child. Or like a dog running around with the whole length of its leash. Like watching a bird moving and resting. Like watching cars drive by down your street. This space of welcome and witness is just that. Space. It's room. Room for it all. And as you come out of it, quickly or slowly, just taking a moment of gratitude for yourself. Remembering that everything that you are carrying right now, you have found ways of carrying. You will find ways to keep carrying it. And taking a moment to appreciate this tender quiet, this space to invite and welcome equanimity, as much or as little of it may arise. I'm grateful to your commitment to finding peace in what is a very violent world. It is good to be with you, friend. Till next time.